Dad. He can't just go on pretending nothing's wrong. I mean, it's going to crack.
Well, what's he done wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. Look, Alex, I think I should make up a bed downstairs.
Is that what the midwife said?
Oh, I don't care what she says. It's... No, I just don't want to have to get back into this old thing, that's all.
Look, if this is not what I've been saying, I'm sorry. I know how important this is to you and the family, and I don't want to change that.
It's not all good memories, you know, Alex.
Look, when you've had our baby in this bed, you'll be able to forget your mum dying here.
No, she had an affair. I just found out, you know, and there's me. I've been blaming poor old Dad for everything all these years, and well, I've really come to realise it's what I do to you, isn't it? That's why I know that something bad's going to happen.
Won't your trousers get all sweaty?
Military habits, son, military habits. You don't want to be haggling for hostages without your strides on.
What made you join the army? Was it in the family?
Joined up to get away from home. Bit of direction. Get me up in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. Didn't go well with Sam then.
I think I made a mistake. That's me all over. Accident sort of doesn't fit in anywhere. Wellses, Armstrongs, Doyles. Might as well just go and join the Foreign Legion.
You're his best man, Dennis. And his best man has got to do his best by him, mate. You're up there, shoulder to shoulder, standing with him in the biggest decision of his life. You can't let him down by standing at the altar with a dirty conscience.
He didn't listen. Like, nobody ever does listen.
Come on, Dennis. I've seen that little brunette sort following you about. And you got your mum. And believe me, you will need an army to back you up if you do a runner without talking to her first.
Guilty conscience, Dad. Mum said you didn't sleep too well.
Where is she?
Gone to see Nurse Bradshaw. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I think the springs have come loose on that old bed.
Do we have to talk about that thing? When I left Sam's early to get away from all this safe family stuff. I mean, even you. Look at you, living here with your mum and your dad. All safe, all planned, all stable. You never have to leave. Just like Mum. Whatever happens, you always have your little bubble. I can see beyond some family bed.
And I can't. If you're trying to be like Josh, Dennis, you're nothing like him.
Oh, Della, wait. Is that what you think Josh is like? Did he say something to you in your room last night?
Hello. I'm sorry I didn't make our appointment. It's just, I'm being transferred elsewhere. I was going to drop this round to say goodbye. The name goes there. Or perhaps I should have got a pair for your twins.
No, I need you. What if there are complications?
I'm sorry. I don't think it's appropriate.
Look, if this is about the letters, I know you didn't send them, all right? Look, is there anything else I should know about the baby? Okay, well, forgive me if I don't thank you. You're certainly the first person to let me down, but I don't need you anyway.
Don't get upset. It isn't good for the baby.
No, it's not having a midwife. Don't worry about it, though. I will deal with it, just like I have to deal with everything. Excuse me.
I know what you mean about the bed. Manky old thing. Roxanne's quite keen on it, isn't she?
Alex, did you mean to have this kid?
We didn't plan it, if that's what you mean. Me and Roxy weren't exactly getting on this time last year, were we?
You wouldn't come to me if there wasn't anything wrong, Alex. Why'd you stay with her? Hardly seems fair. I make you feel so good and Roxy gets all the kisses. Well, if you're going to go somewhere else, then so am I. It's a shame, though, since you're the one that I really want.
I've got a feeling it's going to be a boy. Be nice. Even things up around the place. Nice to have someone to talk to, man to man and all that.
Didn't work for me and Sam.
But it kind of did for me and you. I mean, I know it hasn't always, but... Oh, do you feel you trust me more now?
Alex, don't have to stop pretending I'm your son. I know I'm not part of your family or Sam's, and as soon as you have your own real son, well, that's it for me. Best mates till something better comes along. I know the score.
No, I'm not like that anymore.
No wonder you can't sleep if you drink beer before bed.
I was thinking about your surrogacy idea.
Really? No. You're right, Charlie.
I'm worried about Roxy. Baby's gone to her head and she needs looking after.
You see, that's the beauty of a surrogacy. No problems like that.
But the kid won't really be ours. It's not right.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
What's that supposed to mean?
All I'm asking you to do is make yourself scarce so I can walk her to school. Look, yes, I know she's your mum. Doesn't mean you have to call me Dad or anything if we get it on. Tom? Tom?
I know how you feel, darling. Your whole world just turned upside down. All your childhood memories just undermined. Listen, the main thing is I've told you the truth. Darling, I don't want there to be any secrets between us. Now, after I've gone...
I always thought I didn't fit in because Alex wouldn't let me. But maybe this explains why I don't fit in anywhere. I mean, even Sam thinks I'm, like, jealous or something.
Listen, maybe things haven't always been as straightforward between you and Sam as you thought. Look, I know you're finding it hard to be honest with him at the moment, but Sam's got secrets too.
Like what?
Maybe unplanned pregnancies aren't quite as uncommon as you thought. Sam was going out with Jane. It was him who got her pregnant. Oh, look, darling, I only found out after the trial. Perhaps it was just too hard for him to tell you, all right? The main thing is I've told you the truth, because there just shouldn't be any secrets between a mother and a child. Now, where's that sister of yours? I think it's about time that she found out what sort of woman her grandmother really was.
Come on, pick them all up. Like, Mum, it's Nan's grave. It's a prison, and she's there because she deserves to be.
She might have had her reasons.
Yeah, you know, they always do, don't they? But she could have come clean about it instead of pretending she was a saint all these years.
Well,
But I told you, Della, I'm as flawed as she is, and this is it. I'm going to be punished.
you're stressed. It's the baby.
Della, I'm going to die.
What's going on?
No, please get her away from me.
Holly,
Della, the letters. Look, she knew this was going to come, and she wanted me to get like this.
I loved her. Oh, and that's your reason for not telling me?
It hurt when we finished. You don't know how much. I couldn't even tell anyone. Besides, I had other things on my mind.
Could have helped you.
How? I didn't even know she was pregnant, Dennis. All I knew is Mum and Dad had just died, and the girl I loved didn't want anything to do with me. And then she disappeared. And what was I supposed to do? Come clean? For what? I didn't know anything.
We were best mates. I mean, all that time, and you couldn't tell me. I wish I had a bed. I fancied her.
Dennis, trust me. It wasn't the same.
Oh, no. Because I'm not capable of feelings like that. I'm just the psychic whose opinion doesn't matter either way. What about the kid? You know, the little accent you didn't even know about.
Get out, Dennis. I don't think you belong here anymore.
What are you doing in my room? Wondering what you were doing in my daughter's room last night.
Oh. You want to protect Della. Duncan was like that with Jane.
What were you doing?
What do 16-year-old girls like to do with boys, Alex?
If you've got something to say, say it.
Well,
It's a shame that something like that could still overshadow the birth of your baby.
She told you. She's not here and she's still got me.
No, you got yourself. You told me just now. You were with Jane, weren't you?
I'm so glad you've come round, Dad. I knew you wanted to talk about it, but I don't want to embarrass you.
Yeah, you weren't going anywhere with the state you're in.
What state? You all right?
You went to Grandma's grave.
Look, I just felt a bit queasy, that's all. But nothing like you must be feeling.
I'm all right. You can't let it get to you, Roxy. It's not a big thing.
I just hope Mum thought it was worth it, that's all. Because she died because of it, Dad, and as far as I'm concerned, she deserved it.
I can't let you carry on thinking like this, Roxy. It wasn't your mother, it was me. I was the one that did the dirty. And I'm sorry.
You following me?
You can't drink the pain away.
How long have you known?
Long enough. I always knew she was seeing someone else, but I wasn't sure who. Until this baby made you want to own up.
I did care for her, you know.
Enough to risk your family for.
What do you think would happen if Roxy found out?
It would destroy my family.
What if I told her tonight?
I'd kill you. I'd kill you before I let that happen.
Is that why you killed her?
I didn't kill her.
I suppose you're not going to fall for that one again.
I didn't kill her. Did you?
I don't know.
How could he do it? I don't just mean it. Make me believe Mum was in the wrong all this time.
Mum thought Grandma was having an affair, but then Grandad told her it was him. I think. What's that?
Oh, new headboard for the bed? To welcome the new baby?
You leave that bed alone, Alex Wells. That was my mum's and it's staying exactly the same way as it was.
Look, one mistake doesn't mean he didn't love his family.
Oh, I know why you're defending him, don't I? Yeah, well, how do you think my mum felt?
I don't know. I haven't been able to establish a direct prayer link to the saints in heaven like you seem to have.
Well, I don't need to speak to her, do I? I mean, you let me feel it well enough, didn't you? I could just kill Charlie. I really could. Just like that. But then I know I'd have to join him in hell sooner rather than later.
Do you know what sort of ructions you're causing in my house? I mean, one minute you're a victim with the sun shining out of your proverbial. The next you've doomed us all to 40 years of flood.
Charlie, tell Jimmy he's got to go to school tomorrow.
Look, I haven't done my homework.
Why don't you just let him finish it?
Well, no, actually, I was just going to miss the lesson. I've got to hand it in.
Well, shrewd thinking, son.
You don't take responsibility for anything, do you, Charlie?
Yes, I do.
There's nothing to be proud of. I mean, Jane's liable to kill you as it is.
Jane,
Roxy, but she will do it.
look. Alex, I didn't have an affair. Margaret did.
Why'd you say it was you?
Because you want someone to blame, and I don't want that to be Max. You know the way Roxy feels about her? The way she runs a house, that lumpy old bed. It was only a little fling. Meant nothing. Whatever Maggie did as a bit on the side, this family was always the main course. Roxy idolised her for that. And rightly so. I didn't want to pull the carpet from under her now. Especially in her present condition.
What about you? Must have been a blow.
I'm not pregnant, am I? Big boys don't cry. Besides, nobody ever thinks I take responsibility for anything. Women don't like thinking they or any other woman's in the wrong. Sometimes you've got to play the game, son. Keep you in hot dinners.
Oh, Della, please, will you come down and do my shoulder? Dennis! Darling, you couldn't do my shoulder, could you? It's the baby.
Does it hurt having something that big inside you? Does it move about and stuff?
I'm not in the mood, Mum. I've just come back to show Kate stuff in my room.
What, are you moving back?
No, might as well though, because I don't know how I could live at Sam's if you told me all that stuff.
Well, I had to, didn't I? It's just not right to have secrets.
Charlie's gone too far this time.
Oh, hello, Donna. I know.
He sits in the bath like a king, with Jimmy acting like an animal around him. He says he wants children, but not like this.
He hasn't told you, has he?
Tell me, Dennis. Just tell me what it is.
It's a secret even my best mate wouldn't share.
Yes, but I'm your girlfriend.
Sam threw me out. I can't tell you why, it wouldn't be fair. Maybe that's something else we've got in common. I was the last to know.
Is that why you brought me here?
My grandma died on this bed. The baby's going to be born. I mean, some important things from family happened here. Nothing involving me.
And you want us to...
Just lay in it. Like a dog marking its territory.
Would you like to go first?
Oh, we can go together. On 3. 1, 2. No, it's not right. It's just... I'm sorry, Kat. I don't know what's wrong with me.
How many more lies are you going to tell me? Hey, Charlie.
Looks like me and my stepmom finally have something in common.
How could you do such a thing to Roxy's mom and to me?
It's nothing to do with you, darling. It was years ago.
What, excuse me? This should matter to you. It matters to me. Let me explain to you what you being unfaithful to my mum meant, all right? It meant that for one moment you didn't love her. Well, anyway, not enough to control
It's not
yourself.
true. I loved her always, and she loved me.
Always?
But you're here now, and I love you just as much.
So you love me enough, Charlie, to have an affair with another woman?
Serves you right.
I told you she was acting funny. It's because of Grandad's affair. Probably reminded her of you, now that she's due.
What would you do if you found out I was having an affair now?
I'd run away forever. Never love you again, little things like that.
You know, your granddad didn't have an affair. He was just trying to do the right thing by taking responsibility.
I didn't really think he was like that. Or you? Or Josh?
Hello, Mr. Wells. You know Josh from the halfway house. Don't mind moving over, do you, so we can sit together?
How much do you like him?
Does it matter? I know how your mum feel about him.
Your mum just sees him as a threat. Maybe she's wrong.
Alex! Alex! Yeah, well, at least you'll never leave me, will you?
You think you got one over on me, don't you? Eh? You're as guilty as I am.
I've seen a girl who disappeared.
Look, I've got a family. I'm about to marry Roxy. We're about to have a baby. Do you understand what would happen if she found out?
You mean if I told them?
Yeah, but you can't do that.
It was your fault, Alex.
You can't ever tell.
Is that what Jane said you'd do before you killed her?
I didn't kill her. And my secret's not leaving this room. Nor am I. Did you promise not to tell?
I can't do that.
Well then. It's going to be a long night, isn't it?